Okay, let's unpack this. Have you ever wondered how a clear vision for education, really comes alive, especially when it meets cutting-edge tech and, well, a decade of solid partnership? Today, we're taking a deep dive into this remarkable 10-year cooperation between Tirana College of Technology, TCT, and Polytech. It spans 2015 right through to 2025. Our mission here is to explore how this collaboration didn't just build labs, it genuinely transformed their whole educational model. The aim, turning out graduates who are truly ready for today's workforce.
And what's really compelling, I think, is how this partnership went so much further than just, the equipment itself. It was about a shared philosophy right from the get-go, merging the theory with real, practical, hands-on application. That commitment, that's what made it a genuinely transformative mission.
Right. So let's rewind a bit. Back to 2015, TCT, led by Mr. Lear-Duraj, they had this bold idea. Education needed to be more than textbooks. They needed a partner to build this experiential backbone, and that's where Polytech came in, focusing on designing and setting up these vocational labs, the real heart of the place.
Exactly. Polytech's role was just crucial there. They weren't simply dropping off boxes of gear. They were co-creating this fundamental shift, making sure the labs weren't just an add-on, but fully baked into the learning by doing.
And these labs weren't just like standard setups, were they? Between 2015 and 2020, they built environments that actually mirrored real workplaces. What did that really look like for a student walking in?
Well, imagine instead of just reading about circuits, you're actually building them, testing them, and then figuring out what went wrong when they didn't work. The sources talk about students repairing complex machines, applying theory directly, and this unique philosophy they had. It's interesting. Mistakes are seen as lessons rather than failures.
That idea, mistakes as lessons, that's fascinating. A huge shift, really. Can you give us an example? Maybe a project where things going wrong was actually better for learning?
Oh, definitely. We heard about students tackling this complex automation system project. Their first design, it just didn't meet the specs. It failed. But instead of getting marked down, they were guided, diagnose the issue, research alternatives, re-engineer it. That whole process, finding the flaw, fixing it, that became a much richer learning experience than if it had just worked perfectly first time. It really builds problem solvers,
That makes total sense. And you need the right tools for that kind of learning, right? So across this whole decade, 2015 to 2025, the labs got equipped with some pretty serious tech. What kind of stuff are we talking about?
Yeah, absolutely. We're talking modern automation systems, digital control systems, vital for precision, renewable energy platforms, too, for teaching about sustainable power. They also brought in CAD/CAM. That's computer-aided design and manufacturing. So students design on screen, then actually produce the part. Plus, advanced electronics, thermal systems, robotics, ICT solutions, the works. And crucially, it wasn't static. Continuous upgrades kept it aligned with industry now and what's coming next.
Okay, so it wasn't just about the hardware, the shiny equipment. Because the best tech needs great people using it, teaching with it. This partnership went deep into the human side too, didn't it, for the TCT faculty?
It really did. And this is where that community idea comes in. Polytech didn't just install machines and leave. They provided extensive training for the TCT staff, upskilling the teachers, basically, making sure they were comfortable with the tech, the hands-on methods. They even co-developed curricula, so lessons and labs were tightly linked. It built this culture of collaboration, trust, a real community growing together.
That sounds like a big shift. Was it tricky getting faculty, maybe used to more traditional teaching, to jump on board with this very hands-on, tech-heavy approach?
That's a fair point. Change isn't always easy, but the sources suggest that consistent practical training for the faculty themselves was key, showing them the benefits, how much more engaged students were, workshops, mentoring. Polytech showed they were investing in the people, not just the place. It felt more like, let's explore this together, rather than here's the new way you must teach.
Right, a very intentional approach. So let's talk results. What was the tangible impact for students, faculty, TCT's reputation?
Oh, the impact was pretty clear. Students gained what the sources call practical confidence. That's huge for employers. It wasn't just theory. They could do things. Faculty got better tools, making teaching more effective, more engaging for them too. And TCT, they built this strong reputation, producing graduates who were industry ready, not just, academically qualified.
So beyond the metrics, it sounds like the partnership itself became something more, not just transactional.
Precisely. It was built on, more than just contracts and specs. There was real trust, mutual respect, shared goals for education, Over 10 years, that professional bond deepened. It became a genuine community built on shared work, shared problem solving, even friendships. That human element, often overlooked, but so vital.
And this decade, 2015 to 2025,
Yeah.
it's not the end of the story, is it? It's more like a foundation. What's next for them?
Yeah, the journey definitely continues. They've got ambitious plans, developing new, even more modern labs, expanding digital learning platforms, integrating more advanced tech like robotics and AI deeper into the courses, plus strengthening international links, but always with that continued commitment to people right at the center.
So wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway here? The TCT Polytech story, it feels like a powerful example of what vision, dedication, and a true partnership can achieve, especially one that really puts practical learning first.
Absolutely. And if we zoom out a bit, connect it to the bigger picture, it does raise an interesting question for you listening. How could this model, this deeply integrated, hands-on, always evolving education, how could that apply elsewhere? Maybe in other fields or even in how you approach your own learning to bridge that gap between just knowing stuff and actually being able to apply it.
Definitely something to think about. How we learn, how we grow. Thanks for diving deep with us today.